Do you ever wake up in the morning and wonder, why does everything feel just a little harder than it used to? Maybe your joints complain more than they used to. Maybe your energy dips before the day has even really begun. Or maybe you've caught yourself thinking, is this just what getting older feels like? Let me tell you something important. Aging doesn't have to mean a steady downhill slide. In fact, what most people don't realize is that the overwhelming majority of health problems that show up after age 75, they often come down to just a few root causes. Not fate, not bad luck, but habits. Habits that sneak up on us slowly and chip away at our strength, balance, memory, and even mood. And here's the good news. You're not powerless. You're not stuck. You can take simple steps starting today to help your body and mind stay strong, clear, and full of life well into your 80s and beyond. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 key reasons why health declines rapidly after age 75, and more importantly, how you can stop that decline in its tracks. You don't need fancy supplements or expensive treatments. What you do need is a little awareness, some smart choices, and the belief that it's not too late to take charge of your well-being. Let's begin with one of the biggest and sneakiest reasons people lose their vitality after 75, muscle loss from inactivity. Now, before you start picturing bodybuilders or gym memberships, hear me out. I'm not talking about bulging biceps or running marathons. I'm talking about the simple, everyday strength you use to get out of a chair, lift a bag of groceries, or catch yourself if you trip on a rug. This kind of muscle, called functional muscle, starts declining faster than we think, and the less we use it, the faster it fades. After 75, it's common to slow down. Maybe you've had a fall or your joints ache a bit more, so you rest more. But rest, when it becomes your default, can quietly rob you of your independence. When your muscles weaken, balance suffers. Walking becomes tiring. Then, because it's tiring, you do even less, and the cycle continues. But here's the truth. You can rebuild muscle at any age, even in your 80s or 90s. You just have to use it. That doesn't mean hitting the gym every day. It can be as simple as standing up and sitting down from a chair 10 times in a row, holding onto the counter while you do a few calf raises, or going for a gentle but steady-paced walk around the block. Little movements done consistently send a message to your body, I still need this strength. And your body will respond. Let me share a quick story. I once met a woman named Helen, 82 years old, who hadn't done much exercise in years. She started small, just 5 minutes of leg stretches each morning and standing up from her couch without using her hands. After a few weeks, she noticed she could carry her laundry basket again. After a couple of months, she no longer needed help getting up from bed. It wasn't magic. It was movement. Regular, mindful movement. Now, let's talk about the second reason so many health issues creep in after 75. Chronic dehydration. This one surprises people. After all, it's just water, right? But as we age, our sense of thirst gets weaker. You might not feel thirsty even when your body desperately needs hydration. And that dehydration, it doesn't just make your mouth dry. It can make your brain foggy, your blood pressure drop, your joints ache, and even make constipation worse. One of the easiest things you can do to protect your health is to drink more fluids throughout the day. Not in big gulps all at once, but gently, steadily. Keep a glass of water by your chair. Sip herbal tea with your breakfast. Have a cup of warm broth with lunch. All of these little choices add up. You might be thinking, but then I'll just have to go to the bathroom more. And yes, in the beginning, your body might react that way, but staying hydrated actually helps your kidneys work better, keeps your skin more elastic, and supports every system in your body, including your heart and your brain. Dehydration can sometimes show up as confusion or dizziness, especially in the afternoon when energy tends to dip. If you've noticed that happening, try drinking a glass of water and see how you feel 20 minutes later. You'd be amazed how often we mistake thirst for fatigue or even anxiety. It's also worth noting that many common medications, especially for blood pressure or heart conditions, can make dehydration worse. So being proactive about drinking water isn't just helpful, it's essential. When you pair gentle daily movement with proper hydration, you're already tackling 2 of the biggest causes of post-75 health decline. You're supporting your muscles, your circulation, your joints, and your mental clarity. And these aren't complicated changes. They don't require a personal trainer or a dietitian. They just require a little intention and a willingness to believe that you can feel better than you do right now. We often talk about aging gracefully, but aging doesn't mean giving up your spark. You still have things to do, people to love, moments to savor, and when your body is working with you instead of against you, those moments become easier to enjoy. You might not feel the difference overnight, but over days and weeks, something begins to shift. You get up with more ease, you move with more confidence, you stop feeling like your body is a burden, and start feeling like it's your partner again. So now that we've talked about 2 of the biggest silent health thieves, muscle loss and dehydration, let's continue this journey and take a closer look at another reason so many folks start to feel old faster than they should. Poor sleep. Yes, that quiet thief in the night that sneaks into your bedroom and slowly drains your energy, your memory, and even your immune system. Many people assume it's just normal to sleep less as we age, or that waking up several times a night is something we just have to accept. But the truth is, the quality of your sleep has a powerful impact on how well your body and mind function every single day. Think about it. When you don't sleep well, everything feels harder. You're more tired during the day, you're more likely to forget things, feel moody, or even lose your balance. Your body doesn't get the time it needs to repair itself. And over time, that sleep debt adds up, making you more vulnerable to illness, inflammation, and yes, even cognitive decline. Now, here's the important part. Poor sleep isn't just about the number of hours you spend in bed. It's about restorative sleep, that deep, peaceful sleep where your body can recharge. And believe it or not, small changes to your evening routine can help you get more of it. Start by turning off the TV or phone at least 30 minutes before bed. The blue light from screens tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Instead, try something calming, listening to gentle music, reading a book, or just sitting quietly with a cup of warm chamomile tea. Make sure your bedroom is cool, dark, and quiet. If you often wake up to use the bathroom, try to avoid drinking too much liquid right before bed, but do stay hydrated throughout the day so your body doesn't go into bedtime thirsty. And if your thoughts tend to race at night, try keeping a small notebook beside your bed. Jotting down what's on your mind, whether it's a to-do list or something that's bothering you, can help settle your thoughts and signal to your brain that it's okay to let go for the night. I knew a gentleman, Mr. Carl, who used to wake up every 2 hours feeling restless and frustrated. All he did was start dimming his lights an hour before bed, playing soft instrumental music, and stretching gently before lying down. Within 2 weeks, he was sleeping more soundly, and during the day, his mood and memory improved noticeably. Again, nothing fancy, just simple, intentional habits. Now let's move to another silent contributor to health decline that many people overlook: isolation. Yes, loneliness. And not just the kind where you're physically alone, but the kind where you feel disconnected, even if others are around. After 75, it's common to lose loved ones, move to new environments, or become less mobile. And over time, this can quietly take a toll not just on your heart, but on your overall health. Studies have shown that chronic loneliness can be as damaging to your health as smoking or obesity. It raises stress levels, weakens the immune system, and even affects brain function. But here's something remarkable. It doesn't take a crowd to feel connected. Even one meaningful conversation a day can make a world of difference. Reaching out doesn't have to be complicated. Call a friend or a family member, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Join a local walking group, a book club, or attend a community class at the senior center. If mobility is a challenge, even participating in an online discussion or listening to a podcast where someone speaks directly to you, like this one, can help you feel seen and heard. We are social creatures, no matter our age. And staying socially active doesn't just bring joy. It sharpens your mind, lifts your spirit, and even helps regulate blood pressure and stress hormones. One of the biggest gifts you can give your health is to stay connected, to people, to purpose, to the world around you. I once met a woman named Gloria who had outlived many of her friends and lived alone. She began volunteering once a week at her local library, helping young children pick out books. Just an hour or two a week filled her heart in a way that made the rest of her week feel brighter. That spark, that reason to get up and go, can change everything. And that brings us gently to the next point: nutrition gaps. This one can be tricky because it doesn't always look like skipping meals or eating junk food. Often, it's more subtle than that. After 75, your appetite might change. You might not feel as hungry, food might not taste the same. Or maybe cooking feels like too much effort, especially if you're only cooking for one. But here's the thing: your body still needs good fuel to run well. Protein to maintain your muscles, fiber to keep your digestion regular, healthy fats for your brain and joints, vitamins and minerals to support everything from your bones to your mood. When we don't get enough of these nutrients, we start to notice changes: fatigue, brain fog, brittle nails, dry skin, or even unexpected weight loss. The good news is you don't have to overhaul your diet to make a difference. Just add in small things consistently. A spoonful of nut butter on toast, a hard-boiled egg with your breakfast, a handful of berries in your oatmeal, a cup of vegetable soup with lunch. These gentle additions can help you feel more nourished and energized. If chewing is difficult, smoothies or soft foods can be a great option. If cooking is tiring, consider prepping a few things in batches or looking into meal delivery programs that cater to seniors. The key is to avoid coasting on crackers and toast. Your body is still doing important work for you every day, and it deserves real fuel. I once worked with a retired teacher named Bill who had fallen into the habit of eating cereal for both breakfast and dinner. It was easy, it was fast, and he didn't have much appetite anyway, but he started to feel weaker and more sluggish. We added just one egg to his breakfast and a cup of lentil soup at dinner. Within weeks, he felt stronger and more alert, and he even started walking more, just because he had the energy to do it. That's the kind of quiet transformation that's possible at any age. And when your body starts feeling stronger and more energized because it's actually getting the nourishment it needs, something else happens. Your confidence grows. You feel more capable, more in control. And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle that causes so many health declines after 75, a lack of purpose. This one might not sound medical, but don't underestimate it. Purpose is powerful. When you wake up in the morning with something to look forward to, even something small, your entire physiology responds. Your stress levels drop. Your immune system works better. Your heart rate steadies. Your mind becomes more focused. You have a reason to take care of yourself, a reason to move, to connect, to eat well, to stay curious. Without that spark, even the healthiest body can begin to fade. You might start skipping meals, turning down invitations, or staying in bed longer than you should. Not out of laziness, but out of a quiet kind of sadness that whispers, "What's the point?" But there is a point. Your life still has value, right now, just as it is. Whether it's sharing stories with your grandkids, caring for a plant, writing down your memories, helping a neighbor, or simply watching the sunrise with appreciation, your presence matters. Your voice matters. And every single day you're here is another chance to live with meaning. You don't need to climb mountains or launch a new career. Purpose can be simple. It can be personal. It can change from day to day. One morning, it might be calling a friend you haven't spoken to in years. Another day, it might be trying a new recipe, going for a stroll, or offering a smile to someone who needs it. The people who age with the most vitality are often not the ones with the strongest bodies, but the ones with the strongest reasons. Reasons to get up, reasons to keep going, reasons to care. When you nourish your sense of purpose, everything else begins to align. Your body responds to hope. Your mind responds to meaning. You begin to feel alive again. I once spoke with a man named Joe who had recently turned 86. He'd lost his wife a few years earlier and had slowly withdrawn from his hobbies, his friends, and even his morning walks. He told me, "I just didn't see the point anymore." But one day he was asked to help teach local kids how to fix old bicycles, something he used to love. That one invitation changed his routine. Suddenly, he was moving more, smiling more, eating better, and sleeping deeper. Not because anyone forced him to, but because he felt needed again. Purpose gives us direction, and direction gives us strength. So let's take a breath here. You've just taken in a lot, but notice something. None of the things we've talked about are complicated or extreme. We didn't talk about miracle pills, expensive equipment, or magical cures. What we talked about is real, simple, and possible. Every one of these changes is something you can begin to do right now, even from your living room. Start using your muscles, just a little more each day. Keep yourself hydrated so your body and brain can thrive. Honor your sleep and give yourself the chance to rest deeply. Stay connected, even if it's just one meaningful interaction a day. Feed your body well with simple, nourishing foods, and perhaps most importantly, find or rediscover a reason to get up every day. A reason that feels like yours. You are not too old, it is not too late, and you are not alone. Health after 75 doesn't have to be a downward slope. It can be a time of strength, clarity, and renewed purpose if you support the parts of yourself that matter most. And yes, there will be hard days. There always are. But the choices you make, the habits you build, and the way you treat your body and mind, those things are in your hands. They still matter. You still matter. If any part of this conversation spoke to you, if it reminded you of something you've been meaning to do, or made you feel even a little more hopeful, take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. What small change are you inspired to make today? And if this video helped you, please like it and subscribe for more content just like this. Content that supports your journey, your health, and your spirit. Thank you for spending this time with me. And remember, whether you're 75, 85, or beyond, you still have the power to write new chapters in your story. So here's to living with strength, purpose, and joy. Here's to living your best life at any age.